Morning, I'm Mr. Van Niekerk and this is a lesson for grade 9s on multiples and factors. Right, so we're going to look at these four definitions quickly: factors, multiples, prime numbers and prime factors, and how to use them. Further from there, we're going to look at highest common factors and lowest common multiples. Right, what is a factor? The definitions for all of these four are on page 11 in your textbook. There's other definitions as well that you can look at. So you can look at the definitions on page 11. Right, so a factor is a number that divides exactly into another number. A factor is a number that divides exactly into another number. Right, for example, let's take let's say what is the factors of 27? Right, now this is the way that I want you to write it down, the factors of 27. So we're going to list it in this way. We're going to say 1 times what is 27? 1 times 27 is 27, right? Can 2 go into 27? No, it can't, so we go on to 3. 3 times what is 27? 3 times 9 is 27. Can 4 go into 27? No, it can't. Can 5? No. 6, 7, 8. Okay, none of those can go into 27. So these four are all the factors of 27. Right, so we go down first, and then we go up this side to see all the factors. So we can write them down here. 1, 3, 9, and 27. Right, those four are the factors of 27. We can do the same for, let's say, for example, the factors of 36. Let's write it here, factors of 36. Right, we do the same thing. 1 times 36 is 36. 2 times 18, 3 times 12, 4 times 9. Can 5 go into 36? No, it can't. So we go on to 6 times 6 is 36. Alright, so these are all the factors of 36. Now you'll see that if we write them down, we don't have to write 6 twice. We can just write the 6 once. So we can write it now nicely in order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, only once, and then 9, 12, 18, and 36. Alright, those are all the factors of 36. Right, this is the way that I want you to, if the question is just get the factors of a number, then you do it in this way. Alright, this is a nice and easy way to do it. There's another method that I'll show you when we get to highest common factors. Alright, let's go to multiples. So multiples, what is a multiple? A multiple is just when you take the number and you add it to itself every time. Right? For example, if we say what's the multiple of 5? Right, we start with 5 and then we add 5. It's 10, then we add 5. 15, add 5. Alright, every time we just add 5. Right, etc. like that. Alright, the same with any other number. Multiples of 9. It's almost like knowing your timetables. 9, 18, we add 9 every time, plus 9, 27, plus 9, 36, plus 9. Alright, you get the idea. Right, that's multiples. Right, then let's get to prime numbers. Alright, what is a prime number? Now, according to the definition that you have in your textbook, a prime number is a number that only has 2 factors. Okay, it's a number that only has 2 factors. It's the number itself and 1. The number itself and 1. So, for example, if we just start by writing down all the prime numbers from the smallest one up. The smallest prime number that we have is 2, right? Because 2 can divide into 2 and 1 can also go into 2. Then we have 3. 3 and 1 are the 2 factors that go into 3. 4 is not, because we have more than one factor for 4. It's 1, 2 and 4. There's 3 factors. 5 is, okay, it's 1 and 5 goes into 5. Then, so from here on, any even number is not a prime number. Right? Any even number from here on is not a prime number. The only even number that's a prime number is 2, because it's 1 and 2 that goes into 2. So if we continue here, 7 is a prime number. Now 9 is not a prime number, even though it's an odd number, because 3 can also go into 9. Now the factors, let's write here quickly, the factors of 9 is 1, 3 and 9. Right, so there's 3 factors. A prime number only has 2 factors. So 9 is not a prime number. Sorry for the interruption, I'm back. Okay, 9 is not a prime number. Then 11 is a prime. 11 is a prime number. After 11 we have 13 is a prime number. Is 15 a prime number? Well, what's the factors of 15? We have 1 is a factor. What else? 3 can go into 15, 5 can go into 15, and 15 can go into 15. Right, so 15 is not a prime number because it has more than one factor. Right, so 15 is not a prime number. Right, I'm just going to stop there with prime numbers. Right, so the important thing about prime numbers is that only the number itself and 1 can go into it. Then it's a prime number. Right, so what is a prime factor? If we look now over here, what is a prime factor? So to calculate the prime factor, prime factors of a number, actually you can just use your calculator. There's a method that we can use. I'm going to show you the method now, but we're going to use it for the highest common factor. It's called the ladder method. Right, we're going to do the ladder method. You've probably seen it before, or you've done it, you're familiar with it. So we can use the ladder method to calculate what are the prime factors of a number, but you know, the easiest is just, I know you guys are going to use your calculator anyway, so why not make use of it? So, right, on the calculator, let's say if we're looking for the prime factors of, let's make it a simple number for now. Let's say, let's get the prime factors. The prime factors for the number 24. All right. So we're using on the calculator. You type in 24, right, and press equals, right, so that you have a 24 now over there. All right. You have to say 24 and then equals, so that the 24 is over there, and then you can say shift and press fact, this button. There's a small, it's written, well, on my calculator it's written in yellow. Okay, shift fact. And then on the screen it gives you the prime factors for the number 24. All right, 2 to the power of 3 times 3. That's what you write down then. Okay, that's the prime factors. 2 to the power of 3 times 3. Right, then you have it. Right, if we're looking for the prime factors of, we can take any other number. 56. Right, let's say 56. Let's clear the screen here. So you have to type 56 first and then say equals, right, so that it's there on the screen. And then we say shift fact. All right, then we have the prime factors of 56. So then it's 2 to the power of 3 times 7. Hey, 7 times what is 56? 7 times 8. So that's exactly actually what we have here. 7 times, this is 8. 2 to the power of 3 is 8. No? But it's written in terms of prime numbers. Right, see, 2 is a prime number and 7 is also a prime number. So it's written in terms of prime numbers. Right, that's prime factors. So let's go on to the highest common factor. Let's just getting my notes here. Right, so this is the page. You have to write this in your textbook, in your exercise book, please. You have to have the examples, and you can even write the definitions there as well. Right, but don't just look at these videos. You have to make notes. Okay, it's like as if you're sitting in class and you're looking at what I'm teaching on the board. Okay, so you have to write that down as well. All of these that we're doing, please write it down. Okay, so that you have it in your book and you can refer back to it. This is the examples that we're doing now. Right, so you have to have it, please. Right, let's go to highest common factor. So see, we'll look at the highest common factor now and the lowest common multiple. Right, let's see. We're doing two methods here for the highest common factor, the HCF. It's the multiply method and the ladder method. Okay, the multiply method is actually what we've done already just now. It's this one that we've done. Right, this is the multiply method. I just call it the multiply method. Maybe you've heard another name for this, but I just named it the multiply method because we multiply here every time to get to all the different factors, right, for that number. So that's why I just call it the multiply method. All right, so actually we've done it now already. We can just quickly go over it again. You can even pause the video here quickly and try to get it yourself before you watch further. So let's get the highest common factor for the two numbers 18 and 30. Right, what's the highest common factor for 18 and 30? Let's do the multiply method first. Right, so the factors for 18 are, okay, now we multiply. 1 times, if you wanted to do this by yourself first, you had to pause already. Okay, otherwise you've missed it, and then we continue. Right, 1 times 18 is 18. Then we have 2 times 9 is 18. 3 times 6 is 18. Is there anything else? 4 can't go into 18. 5, can that go into 18? No, it can't. And then we're back at 6 again. Right, so we don't have to write again 6 times 3. Right, so these are all the factors for 18. All right. Now we can write it here. 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, and 18. Right, those are all the factors for 18. Right, then the factors for 30. We do the same thing, factors for 30. Right, 1 times 30 is 30. 2 times 15 is 30. 3 times 10 is 30. Can 4 go into 30? No, it can't. 5 goes into 30 6 times. All right, there's 5 and there's 6. So you see, the moment these numbers, see, on the left hand side they get bigger and bigger, on the right hand side they get smaller and smaller, and eventually these two should be very close to each other. All right, so those are all the numbers. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 10, 15, and 30. Right, those are all the factors of 30. Now, we're still looking for the highest common factor. All right, which one is the biggest factor that occurs in the factors for 18 and in the factors for 30? Okay, the biggest factor over here that is also over here. All right, which one is that? You can circle it, you can highlight it, whichever one you see fits. All right, it seems like it's 6. Right, 6 is the biggest factor that occurs in 18 and the biggest factor that occurs in 30. Alright, so then we can write here eventually as a final answer. Highest common factor is 6. Right, that's it. Okay, that's the multiply method that we've done already. Now the ladder method mathematically works in a similar way, but we're just going to divide. Right, we're going to divide. So let's use 18 and 30 again. Right, so we're using now the ladder method for the highest common factor between 18 and 13. Maybe we can write here highest common factor between 18 and 30. Right. Now the ladder method works like this. Right, it looks like a ladder. We write 18 down there, draw a straight line down. So then we start using the prime numbers, right, that can go into 18. Right, we start with the smallest prime number, which is 2. Right, so 18 divided by 2 is 9. Right, then can 2 divide into 9 again? No, 2 can't go into 9. We use the next prime number, which is 3. Right, 3 goes into 9 3 times. Right, we're not going to go back to 2. We're still using 3. 3 goes into 3 once. Right, and if we multiply 2, 3, and 3, we will get 18. 2 times 3 is 6, times 3 is 18. Right, that's the ladder method. Now we do it the same thing for 30. Right, draw your line down. Start with the smallest prime number, which is 2. Well, if this number can be divided with 2, we start with 2. If it can't, you start with 3. Or maybe you have to start with 5. Right, so 30 divided by 2 is 15. Can 2 go into 15? No, it can't. Can 3 go into 15? Yes. So 15 divided by 3 is 5. Can 3 go into 5? No, it can't. So we go to the next prime number, which is 5. 5 divided by 5 is 1. Alright, so here we have, with these prime numbers, 2 times 3 is 6, times 5 is 30. Right, there we have the prime factors now of 18 and 30. So now to get the highest common factor, we see where do they pair up. So where do they pair up? Let's see. There's a 2 and there's a 2. Right, so we can write 2. And there's a 3 and there's a 3. So the 3's pair up as well. So we say times 3. There's no other pair. Okay, there's a 3, but there's no other 3 that it can pair up with. Right? And there's a 5, but on the left there's no 5 to pair up with. So you only write down the pairs down here. Right? And then you get the answer for that. 2 times 3 is 6. Right, then we have the highest common factor. So do you see, we got 6 with both methods. Alright, we saw that, zoom out more. Right, we got the highest common factor, yeah, with the multiply method is 6. And the highest common factor with the ladder method is also 6. Right, these two methods, very important. Okay, you have to be able to do them, so you have to practice them. Right, let's go to lowest common multiple. Right, lowest common multiple. Now, I want you to use another method here. You can actually use the ladder method, but I don't want you to use the ladder method for both the highest common factor and the lowest common multiple, because the way you analyze the ladder differs. Right, so in my opinion, just stick with the ladder method when you're doing the highest common factor. Right, when you're doing the lowest common multiple, you use another method. Right. For the lowest common multiple, let's see if I have a simple example here. Oh yes, let's still keep to 18 and 30. Let's see, what is the LCM of 18 and 30? Right, LCM of 18 and 30. Right, so we start by writing down the multiples of 18. Right, multiples of 18. So you can use your calculator. A nice method here to use your calculator. Let me show you how we're doing it. So on the calculator, we're going with the multiples of 18. Right, so we say 18 plus 18 is 36. Right, so that's what we have. 18 and then 36. Right, now when we have the answer here, 36, we say plus 18 again, because every time we're going to add 18. And then we can just press equals every time. Now this is 54. Right, and then we press equals again, and it's 72. Press equals, it's 90. Press equals, it's 108. Etc. Right, that's how you can do it. The same way with the multiples of 30. Right, I know adding 30 to 30 every time is not that complicated, but to use the calculator, we still say 30 plus 30 is 60. So we start with 30, then we have 60. Right, and now we say again plus 30 equals, and now we can just press equals every time. 90, 120, 150, etc. All right. So the lowest common multiple is to see where do we have the, where's the number, where's the multiple of 18 and of 30 the same. All right, so if we go down the line here, eventually we see, okay, it's with 90. So we can circle 90 there and 90 there. Right, that's the lowest number that is common in the multiples of 18 and 30. Right, did you get that? It's the lowest number, no, that's what we're looking for, the lowest number that is common in the multiple of 18 and of 30. Right, the lowest number, the first number that we go down the line with, that is the same with 18 and with 30. All right, so we can write that down. Lowest common multiple is 90. All right, so that's how we do it every time. You write the multiples of the first number and the multiples of the second number and see where's the first number that is common between the two numbers that you got the multiples for. All right, that's it for the highest common factor and the lowest common multiple. Your homework is the whole of exercise 1.3. It's a short exercise. It goes from number 1 to number 5. And let's write it down here so that you have it. Homework. When is it for? This is now for, if I'm correct, for, oh, I can't remember now, for the next day from when you get this video. Alright, it is exercise 1.3. It's on page 11 and it's numbers 1 to 5. It's not that much, and it's very important that you get these, that you understand the ladder method and the multiply method when you do the highest common factor. Alright. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope your studies goes well and enjoy your day.